Push it, checker flag. Hell yeah!
What's the caution for? Mate?
Can I not push it in?
Stop anybody.
Come on, you guys! Way to go, boys! One hell of a job, man. One hell of a job. Thank you so much.
William Byron is your 2024 Daytona 500 champ in not really a photo finish because it ended under caution. Welcome on in. I'm Alan Bailey. Make sure that you mash that subscribe button. We are live. They are still interviewing them on the front stretch. NASCAR making the call that as cars were spinning across the racetrack, the leader at the time, William Byron, had already taken the white flag. This race will end under caution. On the 40th anniversary of Hendrick Motorsports' first race, William Byron takes a Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet back to victory lane, and Rick Hendrick and Jeff Gordon back to victory lane in the Great American Race. My goodness gracious, the chat is open. Go ahead and drop your comments. What did you think of today's race? Oh my gosh, and I got to change the stuff here because I just now realized I didn't change all of the things here, so I'm going to be making some adjustments here, but my gosh, are you kidding me? Someone just did win the Daytona 500. William Byron. There you are. That's how you know that this is live. But William Byron just won the Daytona 500 for Rick Hendrick. Unbelievable. Big, emotional, big day. William Byron doing donuts on, not the grass, but at the entrance of pit road right now. My gosh. And he was side by side with the 48, his teammate of Alex Bowman. Unofficially, Alex Bowman second. We'll give you a look at the running order right now. And this is highly, highly unofficial. I cannot say that or stress that enough. But unofficially, William Byron gets the victory in the 66th running of the Daytona 500. Alex Bowman coming home second in the Great American Race unofficially, with Christopher Bell, Corey LaJoie, A.J. Allmendinger rounding out your top five. You have Bubba Wallace coming home sixth, John Hunter Nemechek seventh, with Chase Briscoe eighth, and ninth we have Eric Jones. 10th goes to Noah Gragson unofficially. As, yeah, it looks like William Byron is stuck in the grass down there. He's trying to get on through. Again, this is all super unofficially. They are still looking at everything, and they will go ahead and let us know what's what here very soon here. But my gosh, I mean, this is a massive, massive, massive victory for William Byron, the biggest one of his career. I mean, a lot of people said he was coming off of a big season for him. In 2023, he made the Final Four. He almost won the thing. He's on the front stretch right now, throwing his arms in the air. Fireworks going off. He's got his red helmet on, going to the start-finish line to grab that checkered flag. But my gosh, massive, massive victory for him, to say the very least. And I think that William Byron just solidified himself as one of the top dogs at Hendrick Motorsports. You kind of had this internal struggle going on within Hendrick Motorsports between kind of everybody. You had an internal struggle between Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott. Those are both champions over at Hendrick Motorsports, and they were kind of not internally fighting, but amongst the fans, there was this, I guess you could say, animosity with who's the top dog over at Hendrick. And William Byron has always been that guy who's quietly been getting the job done. iRacer turned real racer. Phenomenal driver, honestly. I think he's going to win several championships for Hendrick Motorsports at some point. But for now, he is in victory lane in the Great American Race, taking Rick Hendrick and Jeff Gordon, Hendrick Motorsports, back to victory lane on the 40th anniversary. This could not have gotten any bigger for Hendrick Motorsports, truly. If you're watching live, go ahead and drop your comments right now in the chat. The chat is open, so we are going to go ahead and read off those chats as you guys post them there. And yes, they will populate the screen right here as well. I'm blown away by this. There was a very strong favoritism towards Hendrick Motorsports cars going into the race today because of the 40th anniversary. And as soon as the race got moved to Monday, everybody said, Hendrick Motorsports, they might be able to get it done. Chevy might be able to get it done. Rick Hendrick right now mucking through the grass in his silver Hendrick Motorsports hat and black jacket. It's very cold out in Daytona right now, but my gosh, massive victory. What did you guys think of this one? My gosh, I'm literally blown away by this one, honestly. Thank you for the subscription, by the way, Matt. But I'm honestly just blown away by this one. I did not anticipate this. We'll get you a look at the rest of the top finishers here. This is highly unofficial. This is from NASCAR. William Byron winning the Daytona 500. Alex Bowman coming home second with Christopher Bell third. Corey LaJoie fourth. You have A.J. Allmendinger coming home fifth with Bubba Wallace sixth. John Hunter Nemechek is seventh with Chase Briscoe eighth. Ninth, we find Eric Jones. Noah Gragson in the 10 car, debuting in a Ford in a points-paying events. Coming home 10th. Kyle Larson unofficially 11th with Kyle Busch 12th. Zane Smith 13th, Chase Elliott 14th, Martin Truex Jr. 15th, Daniel Hemrick 16th, Ty Gibbs 17th, 18th goes to Chris Buescher, 19th to Denny Hamlin, David Reagan in the number 60 coming home 20th. 21st unofficially, we have Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric 22nd, the last car on the lead lap. First car one lap down, we have Ryan Preece in the number 41 finishing 23rd. Riley Herbst finishing a lap down in 24th for Rick Ware Racing. Josh Berry in his points-paying debut in that four-car 25th. Justin Haley 26th, the lap down. Anthony Alfredo in the number 62 for Beard Motorsports coming home 2 laps down in 27th. Jimmy Johnson 28th, 4 laps down. Tyler Rennick, 8 laps down in 29th. Ryan Blaney, 30th, 8 laps down. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 31st. Joey Logano, 32nd. 33rd to Brad Keselowski. 34th unofficially to Daniel Suarez. Todd Gilliland, 35th. 36th, Michael McDowell. 37th, Austin Dillon. 38th goes to Kaz Grala. 39th, we have Harrison Burton and Carson Hocevar. 40th on the field unofficially. Let me know what you guys think in the chat of this one. I mean, I don't like it when races finish under caution like this, but my gosh, we got to go through this a little bit here. But I'm honestly blown away. I'm sincerely blown away that William Byron got this one done. Byron wins on the 40th anniversary of Hendrick Motorsports. Just absolutely bonkers to me. Race ends under caution. Just absolutely bonkers to me that this is what we just saw in the Daytona 500. I wish I could show you I can't even talk right now. I'm so discombobulated because I'm just in disbelief of this one. But I'm discombobulated. I cannot believe this. But, I mean, kind of sort of a photo finish, kind of sort of the race ends under caution right there. But, my gosh, you have Jeff Gordon and Rick Hendrick going through the grass right now. This means a lot to Jeff Gordon, I think, as well, seeing this 24 car in victory lane in the Daytona 500 on the 40th anniversary. It doesn't get any bigger than this. It really doesn't. But, man, I wish that car would have been colored different, man. I'm not a fan of the primarily white Exalta Chevy that William Byron just won this race in. But, you know, we're going to see it in Daytona, USA for about a year to come. Just absolutely historic moment. What does this mean for William Byron? It solidifies him as a championship contender. I would argue it definitely kicks the door open for that Hall of Fame conversation. And I know that's saying a lot. I know he's a young driver. And I still have the Fox feed up here. That's the flashing lights you're seeing on my screen. But it really does kick the door open for a Hall of Fame discussion. Once you win the Daytona 500, once you've won more than 10 races in your career, I think you're in that conversation. And definitely William Byron is now in that conversation of Hall of Fame drivers. If we're talking about Denny Hamlin being in the Hall of Fame with multiple Daytona 500s, I think William Byron needs to be in that conversation too. He's locked into the postseason. That's kind of the thing that gets overshadowed here, is that he's the guy who legitimately is locked in right now. And what does that mean for the 2024 championship? Well, the guy that made the Final Four last year essentially has the entire season to try things, to take those chances, to go out there and try those wins and really work on the setup and essentially turn the rest of the season into not necessarily a test session, but for the next 35 weeks, 25 weeks, it doesn't matter what he does. It really doesn't. He's locked in. Yes, go out there, get stage points. Yes, go out there, try to get wins. Rattling off another couple of victories between now and the playoffs starting would be nice, but not necessary. He can go out there and essentially do whatever he wants, and Hendrick Motorsports can essentially treat the 24 car like a test car and try things as they try to get the 48, the 9, and the 5 all into victory lane between now and the playoffs. So it's a big year, hell of a way to kick off the 40th anniversary of Hendrick Motorsports out here. But William Byron winning the 2024 Daytona 500. Let me know in the comments, what did you think of today's race? We're going to go ahead and read some of those comments when they start coming in here. You guys are shy. Chat is open. There we go. The chat is open at the moment. There it is right there. So that's my little contribution right there to let you know that the chat is open right here on the side. You guys can go ahead and drop your comments. But big historic moment for Hendrick Motorsports. Let's kind of go lap by lap here. Early on, it was Brad Keselowski bumping John Hunter Nemechek, ninth in line on the high side, took out Carson Hocevar, Harrison Burton, Austin Dillon, Kaz Grala, Preece, and Johnson. 7 cars all involved in that first big one. On lap 12, you had Bell and Blaney, who stayed out, leading both the high and low side respectfully, and they were running 3/4 throttle, running about 170 miles an hour, and a lot of people were upset about that, and I truly get why. It's upsetting when cars don't try up at the front, but that was fuel conservation mode, and I totally 100% agree with that and understand it. I ran the virtual iRacing Daytona 500 this week, and I won it. I am the iRacing 2024 Daytona 500 champ, which is just nuts to us, and we'll show those highlights here in a little bit, but let's continue to talk about the real Daytona 500. You had Bell and Byron really upsetting a lot of social media because, they're only doing 170 miles per hour on the racetrack. How dare they? Yeah. It happens, unfortunately. That's just part of saving your fuel, saving your stuff at Daytona. It happens. And I get why people were upset about it. I get that people were displeased by it, but at the same time, it is what it is, man. That's just how this just goes, unfortunately. That's what you have to do in order to save your fuel, save your equipment, and be there at the end. And I get it. People are upset about it. But at the same time, you gotta understand that is how you get to the end on these things. Looking ahead here, lap 66, Chase Elliott picking up the stage 1 victory. The 5 car coming home second in that stage. Same with the 1 car, Ross Chastain and Alex Bowman, and the 24 car was right there 5th in stage number 1 as well. Big shout out to Rick Ware Racing and Justin Haley up to second on lap 75. They were really showing that they are there, that they really truly really are coming to play this year. They're treating the plate tracks as the one place that they can potentially get a top 5 or win, and they're absolutely right. And they were running there near the end. They just unfortunately got caught up in some incidences. Green flag pit stops on lap 112, just past halfway. The 4 car getting spun on pit road by the 42. There was a little bit of a heated exchange on the radio over that one. The 41 car was speeding on that set of green flag pit stops, the first set of green flag pit stops. Then Chevy getting out with the lead with Kyle Larson leading in the 5 car. Stage 2 came to an end on lap 130 with Ryan Blaney picking up the victory, followed by Austin Cindric, the 99 of Daniel Suarez, the 8 of Kyle Busch, and the 45 of Tyler Reddick. The 24 car 6th in stage number 2. He was right there. But this was a big moment. Kyle Busch, coming off of that set of pit stops at the end of stage number 2, had smoke and actually lost a wheel hub. That is the little nut that goes on the end to lock the tire in place. And no idea how. No idea how. But somehow Kyle Busch was able to take that car, make it all the way around the 2.5 miles, get back to pit road, pit the car without that tire coming off and the wheel coming off of the car. No idea how he did that. None. He should have lost that tire. He should have ripped it up. It should have totaled his race, totaled the race car, and somehow Kyle freaking Busch does the unthinkable, makes it back to pit road. Massive, massive shout out to Kyle Busch for that one. That should have ended his night. Somehow it didn't. 20 laps to go. We saw another set of green flag pit stops. Chevy leading the pack again with Chastain coming out front. That was absolutely insane. Riley rising. Kyle was on a charge. Yes, he was, Riley. Honestly, I was looking at Kyle Busch going, Kyle might win this one. This might be the Kyle Busch year. And it looked like it was. For a second there. Honestly, I was blown away with how much speed he brought right there, but keeping that tire on the car honestly was massive right there. But 13 to go. That last fuel run was phenomenal. Let's talk about that for a second. Like, seriously. Glasses are coming off. I'm getting serious here, y'all. That was the best racing I think we've ever seen at Daytona. The best pack racing we've seen by far out of this new next-gen car. And yeah, this is year 3, so yeah, things should be starting to come together, and they definitely are, because that was phenomenal. NASCAR, the teams deserve all the credit for this one, because they brought a really, really, really racy car out to Daytona. And it's the Daytona 500. Yes, you want to win it. Yes, you're going to go for it. If you don't go for it, you're fired from my race car. I don't care if it's the middle of the race. I'll pull a freaking Days of Thunder and just on pit road, you're fired! You're fired! You're all fired! I don't care. I hate all of you. You're all fired. I would have done that because that's where I was mentally. More comments coming in. Riley rising. True. Pretty solid racing. I agree. Best pack racing I think we've seen. National playlist. Chase was really good today. Yes, Chase Elliott was really good today. Kudos to him. Honestly, I'm kind of waiting and seeing when we're going to see Chase Elliott show up and really, really, really win out a plate race. That's kind of the one thing he's missing. And yes, he's won he's won a good amount of races. He is the champ, but the 500 eludes him, just like his daddy. And I have a feeling somewhere down the road, Chase Elliott's going to win a Daytona 500. It'll be one. He's not going to rattle off a couple, I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. But damn, NASCAR Nation would explode if Chase Elliott won the Daytona 500. They'd explode if Bubba Wallace won the Daytona 500. But I don't know. William Byron, it's early. What do you guys think about William Byron winning the Daytona 500 today? Let me know in the comments and in the chat. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh, it wasn't good. Oh, it was good. Oh, it wasn't good." Because no, I'm not gonna be that guy. I think it's pretty cool that he did, because the 24 was up in the top 10 for a majority of this race. All the Hendrick cars were, especially that 48. He was the guy that I was honestly keeping my eye on, going, this is how you start a comeback tour. You win the Daytona 500. And I don't think William Byron needs a comeback tour, but he's definitely a guy who I think needed to be in the conversation, and now he's in the conversation in a big, bad way. And then obviously the big one with 9 laps to go. I mean, it's easier to say who didn't get involved in this one, but 18-plus cars involved, a 15-minute and change red flag that really changed the outlook on this. Sincere question. Who was at fault for that red flag? I'm sitting here looking at it going, whose fault was that, really? Because it's easy to say, it was Joey, it was Brad, because they caused like 90% of the big ones at Daytona. But I'm just sitting here going, that was just bump drafting, that was aggressive driving. What was that? Riley rising. I'm all right with it. Plus, it means he is in the champ for last year. So, yeah, I mean, he was in the championship for last year, and I was in Arizona for that race, and I loved his helmet. Side note, I loved his helmet at that championship race. It was a phenomenal looking helmet with a ton of photos from his entire racing career. He definitely brought the spirit of his entire life accumulating into that moment. First time he's made the Final Four. Probably going to make it again this year. Mark my words. Keep an eye on that 24. I'm just saying. But Ross Chastain Trackhouse really deserve a shout out. Daniel Suarez was right there, up and in the mix. Trackhouse is looking strong this year, y'all. Chevy was looking really strong in the closing laps here. Side note, MRN, the radio broadcast in the pre-race, they were, coming up in today's race, and they went on this tangent of, Fords have won here in the Daytona 500. Toyotas have won, but the last 10 years, Chevy has not won the Daytona 500. Did they forget about 2023 and Ricky Stenhouse Jr.? Did they forget he's in a Chevy? Because Chevy won last year. It was like this big thing, and I'm looking at it going, what the hell are they talking about? What are they smoking? Chevy won last year. Be better, guys. My Riley in the chat, my spelling also, Ridley is just a clarification, no biggie though. Oh, Ridley, my bad. But yeah, the whole that whole comment from MRN, it really turned me off to the radio broadcast, and I was listening to the radio broadcast primarily because I love the radio broadcast versus Fox, and yes, I know Fox is a little bit better this year, but Fox is still Fox, and I mean, go find a kid in the grandstands. They're going to show it on Fox 20,000 times. By the end of it, am I wrong? No. Okay. So let me know. Send your hot takes, because I'm interested to hear what y'all think about everything that we saw out here today, honestly, as I need to make a quick little change here. My mistake. I realize now how big the font size is and the letter sizing is, so let's shrink that up to more manageable sizes, huh? Yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay, so now it's fixed, and I just zero it out. The chat, my bad. Go ahead, repopulate it. Let me know what you guys thought about the Great American Race out there today. I thought it was cool that The Rock stayed. I'll say it. I did not expect The Rock to stay, to say, gentlemen, start your engines. I think it's funny that he was on his private jet and gone by the time the race was halfway and tweeting from home. My understanding is that he did not stick around for this one. I'm bummed Pitbull didn't stick around on a Monday. I don't know why you wouldn't. He made a big deal about him coming back next year. He said, I'm coming back next year. I can't wait. Yeah. But you couldn't have stuck around for one more day. I'm just sailing. No worries. Also, I listened since I was at work. Nice listening at work. I'm totally not doing that myself right now. Thank you very much. Yep. But no, I get it. You got to do what you got to do. You got to pay the bills. Trust me, I was at the studio earlier today, and I worked my way home, and I was listening to the pre-race stuff in the car on the way home, and I got home, I think it was right as that big one had happened, I think. So I didn't get a chance to watch it live. Instead, I had to watch the replay, which is absolutely fine. But I want to show you guys really quick a big moment for me. Not yesterday, Saturday morning, I woke up with, in case you don't know, I actually do race online competitively in sim racing. I am part of Team Chaos. That's our main esport channel right here on YouTube, but we also are partnered with Overton Speed Shop. Look at them. Look at that logo just populating right into the rotation perfectly. There's the Team Chaos logo. And they gave us a fast hot rod. We ran the Open on Thursday and unfortunately got spun, got dumped. I think it was about 35 laps into the Great American Race virtually. And then we ran it again Sunday morning and unfortunately got net coated with about 10 laps to go. And us and a handful of other cars got taken out while running in the top 5. So hate that. But Saturday, in the closing lap, this moment happened. White flag at Daytona in the 500.
4, 7, 1, 4, 3, 2.
no, 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 no.
Well, that was very strange.
Still left. Clear inside. Outside. Clear outside. Still left.
500! Yes! Let's go! Woo! Yes!
Oh, God.
Oh my God! Woo!
On the front stretch.
Thank you all. Thank you. Oh my God. I almost lost it right there. The 23 almost turned me. They're wrecking. I'm thinking, oh shit, I'm done. We're gonna come home second. And we built the run. We were pushing the 21 for like the last 30 laps. And then here we go. And I'm thinking, is the 23 gonna stick with me or the 21? And he stuck with me. And they dispersed the energy and there was nowhere to go. And I thought, okay, the 23 is gonna have a run here. The 23 is gonna have a run. And sure enough, he got the run. I protected the bottom. I went up high. I felt him. He was too late. He was there. It was like, okay, here we go, through the grass. Yes, baby! Doesn't matter that we wreck afterward. Doesn't matter what happened afterward. I got to that line first. Daytona 500 champs! Woo! Kind of a big moment for me. Like, I lost it, to say the least. And my wife and I, got to celebrate together. The running joke in my house is that she's recovering from pneumonia right now, and she was literally in the bedroom, and she heard me yelling, and she runs in, and right before she grabs the handle to turn the door to come in the office, she realizes I need pants. So she was getting dressed, came into the office, celebrated with me on camera. It was a big moment. Just yeah, so thank you, Ridley, in the comments for the congrats on that one. Big moment for me, and yeah, I mean it's happening essentially right now with William Byron, as we are kind of looking and seeing if we get some reactions from him in the press room. Right now, it does not look like he's in the press room right now. He's still, excuse me. Still kind of working his way through. We're keeping an eye on the press room to see if he does, in fact, make his way to the actual podium here. So we'll keep you posted, because we're kind of watching this with you if you haven't noticed here. And that's okay, as it were, because we're having a whole lot of fun out here. It looks like he might be heading to the press room here momentarily. But again, we're waiting and seeing from NASCAR. We're waiting to hear from confirmation from NASCAR if he does, in fact, make his way on in to this press room. It does not look like he's making his way as of yet. Okay. So we will kind of take you out there once he makes it in. At the moment, it does not look like he's there, unfortunately. So we will keep you guys posted here once he does actually make his way to the press room. But, it's still a massive, and thank you for the subscription. Mark Hall, let's go. Yeah, I take it Mr. Hall is a fan of the 24 car. But William Byron is your 2024 Daytona 500 champ. If you're just now joining us, the chat is open. You can go ahead and leave a comment down below, and we could talk about what we just saw out in Daytona. I cannot say enough about the draft right there with about 50 to go. Yeah, it ended with the big one, but that was inevitable. It's always inevitable at Daytona and at these plate tracks. And oh, by the way, there's an Xfinity race going green in about 30 minutes. So, we will take you to that once that comes about. But I'm just simply blown away at this one. I really am. Matt, my apologies, Matt. Yeah, just let me know what you guys thought about the race today in the comments below. But get you another look at the unofficial results here. William Byron getting the victory over Alex Bowman in second. His teammate unofficially, with Christopher Bell third, fourth going to Corey LaJoie. Bubba Wallace coming home fifth. AJ Allmendinger sixth. John Hunter Nemechek seventh. Eric Jones eighth, with Noah Gragson now up to ninth. He was 10th earlier. It has been updated. You have Chase Briscoe 10th on the racetrack. Kyle Larson 11th. 8th unofficially, we have Kyle Busch. Zane Smith, the rookie, highest finishing rookie in the Daytona 500 this year, coming home 13th in his number 71. Chase Elliott 14th, 15th to Martin Truex Jr., potentially his last Daytona 500 from what I'm hearing. We have Daniel Hemrick in his return to the Cup Series finishing 16th, ironic. You have Ty Gibbs 17th, with Chris Buescher 18th, Denny Hamlin 19th, 20th to David Reagan, Ross Chastain 21st, 22nd to Austin Cindric, the last car on the lead lap. One lap down, we have Ryan Preece in the 23rd position, 24th to Riley Herbst. Josh Berry 25th in today's Great American Race. 26 goes to Justin Haley after a strong run out of them all race long. Anthony Alfredo for Beard Motorsports coming home 27th. Jimmy Johnson, Hall of Famer, the only Hall of Famer to race in NASCAR, 28th on the racetrack, with Tyler Reddick 29th. Ryan Blaney, your defending NASCAR Cup Series champ, 30th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 31st. 32nd to Joey Logano, 33rd to Brad Keselowski. You have Daniel Suarez, 34th. 35th to Todd Gilliland after leading some laps, I should say, in the Great American Race. You have Michael McDowell with mechanical issues, 24 laps down in 36th. Austin Dillon, 37th on the racetrack. Kaz Gralla, 38th. 39th, Harrison Burton. And 40th to Carson Hocevar. Unfortunately, all those last three drivers taken out on lap 5 of this race. So I thought it was an extraordinarily competitive Daytona 500, sincerely. I mean, I'm still kind of blown away at how competitive this race was, honestly. Looking at the numbers, these are official results now. But 3 hours and 10 minutes to complete the race, 41 lead changes amongst 20 leaders, only 5 cautions, which is really saying something, honestly. I'm still blown away at this one, I really am. But you know what? It really goes to show that this car just needs some time. I truly think that. You look at it, we've seen every reason to kind of dismiss this car and to treat it as if it doesn't matter because it's just a bad car. I highly disagree. I think that this car does have a lot of potential to really prove in the long run that this could be a very viable solution to the Cup Series. And there's a lot of discussion happening right now, and there's a lot of animosity and uncertainty, let's just say, in the Cup Series garage with the charter discussions. Now, NASCAR wanted to meet, or excuse me, the teams, the Race Team Alliance, asked to meet with NASCAR last night, the eve of the Great American Race, and NASCAR said no. That is a little concerning, let's just say. There's a couple of quotes here that I do want to pull up because I think it reigns true here. But lawyers have been contacted. Let's just say that. I'm looking for these quotes, honestly. I know Adam Stern put them out, so I'm going over to his Twitter to see. Yeah, so NASCAR declines the Race Team Alliance offer for charter meeting on the eve of the Daytona 500 as a deal proves elusive. Yeah, one quote said, quote, "The negotiation team said there has been no discussion of creating a breakaway league not sanctioned by NASCAR, and there is no current consideration of staging races at non-NASCAR facilities without NASCAR governance," unquote. Yeah, that one, that's a good thing, but that's not what I'm hearing, which is concerning. The big one here comes from 2311 investor Curtis Polk, who said, quote, "We want to make a deal. We're just looking for a fair deal. There is no give and take. We've been told this is what there is. There is no flexibility. That's not a negotiation," unquote. I completely agree. NASCAR is kind of put up walls saying, hey, here are our limits. Here is what the charter discussion has to be. And I hate that we're just got done with probably one of the greater Daytona 500s that we've seen in the last 15, 20 years. And we're sitting here talking about charter negotiation deals and the fact that NASCAR has kind of said no to the demands, or at least the suggestions, of the Race Team Alliance. The Race Team Alliance and these NASCAR Cup Series teams are not trying to get rich quick off of NASCAR. They're not trying to get unreasonable things out of NASCAR. I think the problem at the moment is that putting on these races is so damn expensive that NASCAR, the governing sanctioning body of NASCAR, who controls the racetracks, the purses, and pays for essentially everything, needed to get more money from the TV deal. The TV deal was good. It was not great. I think it could have been a little bit better, and that's up for a lot of debate, but I think it could have been better, honestly, because you have race teams asking for more money. NASCAR needs more money to put on bigger, better races in new markets, to upgrade facilities. And the only thing I'm seeing from this is a future in which fans are going to have to pay for it. And I hate that. It means ticket costs are probably going up in the near future. Concession costs are probably going up. Merchandise costs are probably going up. I foresee a future in which we get a streaming service from NASCAR in some way, shape, or form. That will probably cost an arm and a leg at this point. The new streaming service that all of the major broadcast partners have kind of teamed up together on to bring literally every form of sports, including motorsports, with NASCAR and F1 coverage, is talking about monthly costs for a single streaming service being somewhere in the $40 to $50 range. What? Who the hell in their right mind? I don't care if you're the biggest sports fan ever. You're not going to pay $50 a month to watch sports. No one is. People buy cable and pay for cable right now, and that's a couple $100 a month. Yes. But guess what? It's going to be hard to adapt that, because with cable, you at least pay more, yes, but you get movie channels, you get other variety of programming. With this singular sports app, it's this massive thing that's just not good. In the chat, yeah, it could have been a better TV deal, I think. I still can't really watch it unless it's on Peacock or just on YouTube, since I don't have cable. Holy bleep, $50 a month. Yes, that is what the initial discussion is per month, and I'm right there with you. Why do you think I listen to radio on my phone, on the NASCAR app? Because I'm not paying $35, $50 a month for a service to just watch essentially 3 hours of a race on. I'm waiting for NASCAR to just dump the races live on YouTube. That's what needs to ultimately happen. If NASCAR ultimately is going after the most eyeballs on their sport, they need to put it on YouTube, period. And I know people are going to say, will we have to pay? Listen, I don't know. That's up to NASCAR. If NASCAR wants to charge people to watch, I'm sure YouTube can concoct a way to do that. My thing is this: let people actually watch these races, because I just had this discussion with some coworkers of mine who work in the industry, in the television industry here in the Los Angeles area. What's sincerely bigger? The Super Bowl last weekend, rating about 125 million people watching it. Pretty damn good. Or Mr. Beast, who gets 150 million plus views a couple times a month. I'd argue Mr. Beast. Period. Because YouTube is free. People can go on YouTube right now and watch any Mr. Beast video you want right now, and it's free. As opposed to the Super Bowl, which you have to pay for a service to watch that. You have to pay for a TV antenna for your TV. You have to pay for cable. You have to pay. Why? I can go on YouTube right now on this thing and watch a Mr. Beast video. NASCAR fans should be able to watch a race from their phones for free in 2024. I'm going to get on this soapbox, and I'm going to die on it, and I've said that to NASCAR, and they've said, yes, well, listen, we need to make our costs back. We have TV partners for this. We have this and that, and they do. They have to make their money. They're a business, and at the end of the day, I've worked at racetracks. I worked at Orange Show Speedway as the track announcer and as the head of media relations over there for a while, and I will tell you right now, racing is a lot more expensive than you think besides the actual on-track racing. the upkeep of the racetrack, insurance, prize payout money, all the little idiosyncrasy things that need to happen at a racetrack that are stuff like cleaning the bathrooms, keeping them stocked with everything you need, that NASCAR doesn't see a penny on. They don't charge fans yet to go to the bathroom, but that's something you need to upkeep, to get vendors in there, TV, food, concessions, insurance for all those people. Getting the TV crews and the radio crews in there, media in there, feeding them and housing them in some cases and getting them out. That all costs a lot of money. Gene Anderson in the chat. Lots of dirt channels are $30 a month. Yes. Why isn't NASCAR? You tell me. It can be. I think ultimately the reason NASCAR hasn't created their own streaming platform is because it's a significant upfront investment. Significant. F1 did this. They started their F1 TV app, and there was a significant investment on the front end. And then ultimately, what they did is they made so much money off the streaming that they started giving the television broadcast to certain networks in certain countries for free. That's what happened with ESPN. And ESPN's making money hand over fist, but the first contract that ESPN had with F1 was totally free. F1 said, here's our broadcast for free. Enjoy. The Saturn in the chat, trying to squeeze more money out of fewer fans, genius. Listen, I know, but that's kind of where we are right now, unfortunately. I don't like it. I hate it. It's the economy, and I don't think that NASCAR has done anything wrong here. I think it's just ultimately things are so much more expensive, not due to anything NASCAR has done. It's just the way the world is right now, unfortunately. Ridley in the chat. True. I mean, they are already streaming specific driver cams, so why not do it on YouTube? It would definitely help. Ridley, $5 to go to the bathroom next year. Pay up. Yeah, exactly. Eric in the chat, I pay sometimes like $80 a month for YouTube TV, and NASCAR is pretty much all I watch. If I could watch all races for $50, I'd switch, but I'm not paying $50 to $80 to see everything. I agree. Listen, I'm being dead serious, and I'm talking to you, Steve Phelps. Listen. Ready? Here, I'm gonna get up close. Just you and me, Steve, okay? Being serious here. Steve, I want to give you my money. I want to be able to watch every lap of practice, qualifying, and every race between the Cup Series, the Xfinity Series, the Truck Series, and hell, I'll even throw ARCA in there, because why not? I will pay you, Steve, personally, $30 a month for this service. I have absolutely no problem spending $30 a month to watch a NASCAR streaming service where I can watch every single lap. And you can even put original content on there, like the Dale Jr. download, like whatever Race Hub is this week, according to the people over at Fox. You could put all of that content on there, and you can even put ads on it. You can put ads on it. I don't care. I do not care. I'd pay a little extra for the ad free. I'm not gonna lie. I'd pay $50 a month for just NASCAR ad free. I'm just saying. But $30 a month, Steve. Let's do it. Little app right here on this thing, so I can watch. You can even put the TV broadcast on there. You can even put the radio broadcast on there. If you need help doing it, I'll even work the back end for you. Because I'm dead serious when I say that. I really want to see a streaming service for just NASCAR, because that's all I care about. I don't want to spend $60 a month to watch every other sport and NASCAR races occasionally. No! I want all NASCAR. Take my money, Steve Phelps. I want to give it to you. Where can I send the check? And I'm dead serious. I'll sign up for a 3-year membership right now up front to help fund this damn thing. I don't care. That's how much I want to see it. And Steve Phelps right now is going, how can we take his money? Let's think about this. We could take it somehow. We just got to figure out how. I don't know why he's evil. He's not. He's a good guy. I've talked with him a handful of times. I saw him at the Clash, and I just saw him at not Homestead, but Phoenix a couple weeks ago. He's a good guy. Rich Smith in the chat. I would pay $299 a year to watch the world. I pay, not would. I pay $300 a year to watch The World of Outlaw on Dirt Vision, but no way I would pay $50 a month to watch sports ever if it included NASCAR. And that's kind of the rub here. Let me look this up because this is a whole nother discussion. There is the article's up on arnrace.com with this new venture, this joint venture. It was posted on the 6th of February. So it's ESPN, Fox, and Warner Brothers Discovery all coming together to form a joint sports broadcasting streaming service for just sports. I'm looking at it right now. Here's a list of all the sports you will get on this singular streaming service if you pay $40 to $50 a month, which is what initial reports have it at right now. There is no official cost as of yet. In the pro football world, you get all NFL and UFL games. In basketball, you get NBA and WNBA games, all throughout the entire season. In baseball, you get all of the MLB games, every single game. That's a lot. That's thousands per year, honestly. Hockey, you get the NFL, all games, thousands of games an event, multiple sports, including nearly 24 conferences, including in the college sports world, the ACC, the Big Ten, the Big 12, the Big East, the SEC, 40 NCAA championship events, plus men and women's basketball tournaments and the college football playoffs. That's a lot. I'm not even done. I'm not even halfway done with this list. In the golf world, you get all PGA tournament events. You get PGA Tour championships, the Masters. With Grand Slam tennis, you get Wimbledon, the U.S. Open, the Australian Open. In cycling, you get a bunch of names I'm not going to try to pronounce because they are not in English, but you also get FIFA World Cup, U.S. Soccer. In combat sports, you get the UFC and Top Rank. And in auto sports, and I hate that they're last on this list, you get all Formula One events, all NASCAR races. No idea if that is just Cup or Xfinity and Truck. No idea. That's what the press release says. And you get the 24 hours of Le Mans, all for the low price of $49.99 a month, reportedly. This is launching sometime this fall, so potentially we could be watching playoff races in 2024 on this sports streaming app, brought to you by the wonderful, not evil people who head up ESPN, Fox, and Warner Brothers Discovery. Why do you ask? Are you looking at our taxes? Because we've just unloaded a bunch of programming for tax purposes and not as part of a Ponzi scheme. How dare you ask that? So yeah, you can go ahead and log on to arnrace.com if you want to check out this full press release, including comments from Bob Iger, who's the chief executive officer of the Walt Disney Company, Mr. Murdoch of the Fox Group, and David Zaslav, or whatever the hell his last name is, with Warner Brothers Discovery, who surely is not trying to do anything illegal over there. Why is Congress looking into them, by the way? I don't know. Non-issue, but listen, we got about 10 minutes until the Xfinity race starts, but I'm right there with you guys. I want something that's more affordable to race fans. I think that you have lawyers now being hired by the Race Team Alliance to talk with NASCAR about the fact that they are not exactly negotiating here. It's more of a demand hostage situation. I'm waiting for something to happen on the racetrack. I heard rumblings that in Los Angeles something was going to happen before the Clash Sunday, but then everything happened and it all got moved to Saturday and things were not ready in time, so that kind of put a hampering in that situation. I don't know. Like, the plain and simple of it is, I do not know what is going to happen with the Race Team Alliance and with NASCAR. The fact that this season started, the fact that they are still not come to an agreement, a deal, is not good for business at all. I think ultimately race fans are going to end up picking up the cost, but the fact that you have Jeff Gordon on the Dale Jr. download this week saying Hendrick Motorsports hasn't made a profit in 10 years is pretty damning. You can go ahead and check out that video here on the channel. I'm concerned. I'm very concerned. When Hendrick Motorsports isn't making money, how the hell is Colleague Racing supposed to survive? How is Wood Brothers supposed to survive? Sincerely, it's not a good situation, and I honestly wish nothing but the best for NASCAR and these race teams. I want to see them succeed. I want to see, in my ideal world, ideal and highly ideal, I would like to see every single Cup Series track get a massive overhaul so that fans feel like they are stepping into a multi-billion-dollar stadium that they deserve, because race fans deserve that. NASCAR deserves that. But who's going to pay for that? I would love for these race teams to have a single sponsor on their car for the entire season again, which is something that could happen if these negotiations go right, and if the teams actually do get enough money to actually pay all their bills and all their employees. Whether or not that happens, we do not know. That is not good. But ultimately, NASCAR's taking off to Atlanta next weekend, where, and I'm not joking here, rain is in the forecast. Here we go again. For the third race in a row in 2024, we are battling with the elements, unfortunately, and I absolutely freaking hate it, but it is what it is. NASCAR does nothing wrong in this situation. It's just really crappy. Really, 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 really crappy luck. Inevitably, ultimately. It's what it is. I absolutely hate it, but it is what it is, and hopefully the rain stays away. Right now, there's a really, 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 really good chance of rain. Ridley, I'm right there with you. I hate it. I hate it. But I also don't like the fact that we're going to Atlanta next weekend. I get it. The Daytona 500 is the biggest race of the year. You have millions of people watch it, and then whatever the second race is, you have a steep drop-off. I get it. But going to Atlanta isn't like the, yay, we should do this solution. I get like the thought process behind it. I just don't like it. Personally, I think we should be going up to Sonoma this weekend. Sonoma just completed their repave. It looks amazing. Amazing. There's no way around it. That track looks phenomenal right now. The pavement on the track all got redone. It is perfect. It is pristine. It is awesome. And check this out. There's no construction debris. The hills are green. The grass has grown. It is beautiful. And guess what? If it rains, so what? Throw rain tires and a windshield wiper on it and those stupid mud flaps that do absolutely nothing and run the race. It would be entertaining. And I would watch it. And I would go to it. I would stand out there in the rain with an umbrella like this the entire time, watching that whole thing, because Sonoma's a great track. You go to the top of the hill, you can see the whole damn racetrack. The whole damn racetrack, and you're sitting in essentially a lawn chair, bring a cooler and hang out. It is amazing. Amazing. And yeah, I agree with Mr. Hall there. Running Atlanta after the West Coast swing, beautiful, awesome. But I'm also kind of an old school guy, and I think after, in theory, spending 2-3 weeks in Daytona, Florida, race teams should be able to race at a track near their home, Rockingham. I'm just saying, I want to see Rockingham back on the Cup Series schedule. When we lost that track in 04, we had a phenomenal photo finish, phenomenal racing in 04 in that final race, and then we just didn't go there. And they've repaved it. They've done things to that facility. It looks great. Yes, it needs more money, but it's fine. We can hold a race there. If we can put on a show at North frickin' Wilkesboro, which, admittingly, was a crap hole that needed so much freaking work done, that still needs so much work done. The only reason that track got away with it is because NASCAR sold it's nostalgia. It's just like the 80s. Yeah. Never mind that we had to take down the colored and whites only signs here at the track in order to bring it up to 2024 specs, but come on down, North Wilkesboro, which, by the way, deserves a points-paying race. I said it. Screw the All-Star race. I want to see the All-Star race and the actual Clash become a singular preseason event for winners and pole sitters only. Put it on as one event at the beginning of the season. Don't pay out points like they did this year, and just go for it. It's stupid to do an all-star race in NASCAR, because guess what? There's 40 of them out there every week. Every week is an all-star race, period. It's stupid that they did the all-star race because they cannot afford to do the all-star race anymore. It is draining NASCAR bank accounts. It is stupid that they do it and waste money on it. Just call it a points race. NASCAR wants more points-paying races anyway. There's one. I saved you a bunch of money, NASCAR. I'm just giving NASCAR all the good crap tonight, man. I don't even care. In the chat, new idea. Put umbrellas on the car. Not serious. I'm down. Because it looks so stupid to watch these cars and these teams go through inspection on Friday holding umbrellas over the car. It's just a parade of umbrellas. Oh yes, Mr. Race Car. We must keep you sunproofed. Because legitimately, when they scan the car, a little bit of sunlight can warp that body a little bit and make it not pass. So sincerely, there's just so many absurdities in NASCAR right now that it honestly drives me crazy. I will preach. I don't know what I'm preaching right now, but I will continue to preach. Honestly, combining both would be good. Plus, it would add more to the preseason. Exactly. Call that race the All-Star race because non-sports people understand what an All-Star race is. They get it. It's awesome. Let's go back to the Clash next year just so NASCAR can have a race in Southern California because, oh, by the way, Fontana's not going to be ready next year. They're still working on it. They're still finalizing plans and putting in plans with the city. That all needs to happen. It's a bunch of red tape, but NASCAR's in the middle of doing that red tape. There's 100 acres in Fontana, California that is going to be transformed into a amazing half-mile facility. I've seen some concept renderings. I cannot tell you what is in these concept renderings for the new Fontana track, but I will tell you it will rival those multi-billion-dollar stadiums when it's actually built, if it's built the way NASCAR wants to build it. But again, there are sponsored deals that need to get done. There are zoning commissions and plans and permit codes and blah, 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 that need to be filed with the city of Fontana and San Bernardino County before ground can break on the new track. So NASCAR is working on it. There is a team within NASCAR who is solely working on that track, and they are doing good work. I am very, 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 very pleased with what I have seen. And I know there's people who are flying drones illegally out there who are getting footage illegally and reporting on things illegally, and we're not going to do that. As soon as NASCAR has something set in stone, as soon as they have something ready to go, we will go ahead and tell you, period. I will tell you little rumors and things I can say, but there's not a whole lot we can say right now. So it's all just wait. Trust me, it's coming. It's going to be a phenomenal racetrack. I'm really excited about it. Yes, I miss the 2-mile track. I will always miss that 2-mile track. But the fact of the matter is, I remember going to the first race in 97. It sucked. That place needed a repave. It's needed a repave for 10 years. NASCAR's put it off because they didn't want to ruin the racing out there. They wanted to keep having phenomenal 2-mile racing out there, and they did for a lot longer than they should have. And kudos to NASCAR for that, sincerely. But if they were to repave it, fans would have revolted. They would have hated it because it sucks. When that track was originally paved in 97, it took us 15 years. I want to say like 05, 06, 07, right around there is when the racing started to get good, and it peaked in like 09, 10, 11, 12, around there. Oh. And it's still phenomenal. It was phenomenal for the past, however long that race was going on. I want to say for the last 10, 15 years of that track's 2-mile existence. It was phenomenal, but inevitably all good things come to an end, so... Weather Express in the chat. Congrats to Byron on a hard-fought win. Honestly, yeah. Listen, Byron was there, man. He was there. He was in the top 5 the entire race. He was in the top 10 the entire race. And in the 2 stages, he finished, I want to say he... in stage 1, he was... I'm counting. He was 5th in stage 1, and in stage 2, he was 6th. He was there. And don't look now, but the NASCAR Xfinity Series is coming on the air right now. So I'm going to do this. We're going to go ahead and say goodnight right now. I want to thank you guys for watching to the post-race. We've been on for about an hour. I highly encourage that you guys go tune on in to the NASCAR Xfinity Series race. I'm going to give you that info right now. Give me a second. As soon as I figure out where it is myself. I don't know where they moved it. I legitimately have no idea where they moved it here, but where's Bob Pockers when you need him? Thank you, Mr. Hall. We will see you later. Yeah, no information from NASCAR on where the race is right now. That's not good. Yeah, there's no information on where the race is for the NASCAR Xfinity Series right now. Are you kidding me? Oh, boy. I'm going to go ahead and it's on FS1 according to Mr. Hall. It looks like it might be. I hope it is. I hope it is, because when they dump it over on FS2, you lose 99% of the audience, because who the hell has FS2? No one in the United States. Yeah, officially the information from NASCAR doesn't say what channel it's on. That's not good. I will go ahead and say it's probably on Fox Sports 1. I hope it is anyway. But my goodness, that's just not good. Yeah, it's not showing anywhere, but I'm listening to the radio broadcast right now on the NASCAR app. It should be a phenomenal race. Honestly, sincerely, it probably is going to be a better race than what we saw in the Cup race today. You have a phenomenally interesting lineup. We'll go ahead and get you the Daytona starting lineup for the NASCAR Xfinity Series tonight at Daytona. Jesse Love and Austin Hill going to be on the front row, followed by A.J. Allmendinger and Parker Klugerman in row 2. Row number 3, we'll see SVG, Shane Van Gisbergen rolling off from the 5th position, and Justin Allgaier 6th. Jeremy Clemens is going to be rolling off in 7th, with John Hunter Nemechek in 8th. 9th, Parker Retzlaff, followed by Anthony Alfredo in the number 5 Dude Wipe Chevy, rounding out your top 10. Riley Herbst is going to be rolling off in row number 6 with Sammy Smith. Patrick Emlinger and Sheldon Creed rounding out the 13th and 14th position, with Sam Mayer starting 15th. 16th will be Jeb Burton. Cole Custard going to be rolling off 17th. Daniel Suarez going to be rolling off 18th in that Wendy's Chevrolet. Chandler Smith going to be rolling off 19 in the number 81 Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. Teammate Ryan Truex is going to be rolling off 20th in the number 19. Josh Williams going to be rolling off 21st in the number 11. Brandon Jones rolling off 22nd in the number 9, with Garrett Smithley rolling off 23rd. Leland Honeyman going to be rolling off 24th, with Kyle Weatherman rolling off 25th. Daniel Dye starting 26th in Daytona tonight. Josh Bilicki starting 27th. You have Haley Deegan in her Xfinity Series full-time debut rolling off 28th. Jordan Anderson rolling off 29th. Natalie Decker rolling off 30th. Ryan Sieg 31st. 32nd, Sage Carman. 33rd to Brendan Poole. Blaine Parkins rolling off 34th. 35th is going to be Dawson Cram. You have Ryan Ellis rolling off 36th. Frankie Muniz, Malcolm in the Middle, going to be rolling off 37th. And BJ McLeod rolling off 38th. The DNQs include Joey Gase, Cesar Barcelel, CJ McLaughlin. You have Kyle Sieg, Stanton Barrett, and David Starr. You have 27 Chevrolets, 5 Toyotas, and 6 Fords in the field tonight. So make sure that you go ahead and check out FS1 or the MRN broadcast of tonight's Xfinity Series race. The green flag has officially dropped. We're going to go ahead and say goodnight. Thank you so much for watching the live stream of Shifting Gears. Make sure that you mash that subscribe button so that you do not miss a video in 2024. We're going to be back on Thursday with a brand new news videos every Monday and Thursday here on the channel. Make sure that you also go check out the Team Chaos YouTube channel for everyone here at Shifting Gears and the American Racing Network. I'm Alan Bailey. We'll see you at the track. Congratulations to William Byron, your 2024 Daytona 500 champ.